class, it's Mr. Sargent here with your recap. Have you ever had one of those days where you just don't have any energy whatsoever? Well, today feels like one of those days. So I think the best thing to do in today's recap video for this week is, well, let's learn a little bit more about energy, how we can get energy, how we can store energy, and most of all, how we can use energy. So ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and start learning. Now that we're a little bit more rested and awake and have a little bit more energy, let's start our video over, ladies and gentlemen. Great day and welcome to our science recap video for this week. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this week's focus is going to be on energy. Now, if you don't know what energy is, I know we've all heard the word, but if you don't know what energy is, in this week's video, we are going to focus on the different kinds of energy, how we can use it, how we can store it, and how we can't destroy it. So today our focus is just on the introduction to energy. So let's start with the 6 different types of energy. Now, when you think of energy, we don't often think that there's so many different types, but there are. There is thermal energy, which deals with heat. There's radiant energy, where we get energy from the sun. There's light energy. There's chemical energy, which deals with, of course, chemicals. There's nuclear energy, which I'm excited to talk about at another time. There's electrical energy. There's gravitational energy, and there's mechanical energy. So those are our 6 types of energy. And you can see those around me right now. Now, over the next couple of weeks, we're going to be focusing on these 6 different types. But for today, we're going to do a general introduction of all of them. And Wednesday, we're going to be talking about gravitational energy, doing a little experiment, doing a little lab. Friday, same thing. We're going to focus on gravitational energy this week. But what is energy? Well, we know how to use it. It wakes us up in the morning. It turns on the lights, it powers our phones or our video games, but just what is energy? So to introduce this today, we're going to focus on the reading activity that's behind me right now, titled, What is Energy and Where Does It Come From? So ladies and gentlemen, please feel free to read along with me. What is energy and where does it come from? All of our energy comes from the sun, which is our nearest star. The sun sends out huge amounts of energy through its rays every day. We call this energy solar energy, or we mentioned it earlier, radiant energy. Without the sun, life on Earth would not exist, since our planet would be mostly frozen. We use this solar energy in many different ways. The sunlight lets us see and warms us. Now, that's light energy, and that could be heat energy too, couldn't it? Plants use the light from the sun to grow. They store it as, here's another one, chemical energy. This process is called photosynthesis, and later on in the year, we're going to be talking more about photosynthesis. The energy is stored in their roots, fruits, and leaves. This energy feeds every living thing on Earth. When humans and animals eat plants and the food made from plants, we store the energy in our bodies, in our muscles, and in our brain cells. We use this energy for everything we do. We use energy when we sing a song, think a thought, tell a joke, climb a ladder, make a pizza, or run a race. Everything needs energy. Just as humans store energy in their bodies, the Earth stores the sun's energy too. The sun's energy is stored in coal, natural gas, water, and wind. Coal and oil and natural gas are known as fossil fuels. I'm going to give you a guess of what fossil fuels mean. I'll give you a hint. Yeah, come from dinosaurs. Fossil fuels were formed over millions of years ago when the remains of fossils of prehistoric plants and animals sank to the bottom of swamps and oceans. These animals and plants' remains were slowly covered and crushed by layers of rock, mud, sand, and water. The pressure of all those layers caused the plant and animals to break down and change into coal, oil, and natural gas. We use the energy in these fossil fuels to make electricity. We use electricity in many different ways. We light and heat our homes, schools, and businesses using electricity, and to run computers, refrigerators, washing machines, and air conditioners. Our cars and planes run on gasoline, which comes from oil. As of the year 2013, most of the energy we use comes from fossil fuels. However, fossil fuels are known as non-renewable resources. That's what non-renewable sources are one of our key words that we're going to be focusing on this week of energy. They cannot be used over and over again. This means that one day they will run out. Luckily, there are some renewable energy sources we can use that we can keep using. Unlike non-renewable fossil fuels, they will not run out. 3 forms of renewable fuels are solar, which means coming from the sun, energy, water, energy, and wind energy. Solar energy can be caught through solar cells and solar panels. People put solar panels on the top of houses to capture the sun's energy and transform it into heat and electricity. Water is also used to produce electricity. Dams capture the energy of falling water and turn it into electricity. Wind is the 3rd form of renewable energy. Wind turbines can capture the energy of the moving air and turn it into electricity. All of these renewable energy sources are essential for us because they will not run out. So we need to get better and better at using them. So ladies and gentlemen, as we just read, energy comes from you guessed it, the sun. Now, the 2 key words that I want us to focus on in this section were renewable and non-renewable. So for your challenge activity tonight, I want you to see if you can make a list using the reading passage we just read and using maybe what you already knew. Can you tell me which resources are renewable and non-renewable? And I'd love to see your answers tomorrow. So another question I have for you is this: what energy fuels you? What gets you energized? Is it a soda? Is it candy? Is it a good night's sleep? Is it a good meal? I don't know. So ladies and gentlemen, as well as renewable and non-renewable, I'd also like you to come back tomorrow with a list of things that give you energy. We're going to be using this list to add to investigate, and to figure out if it's the best source of energy for us. So ladies and gentlemen, stay energized, and I cannot wait to see all of you tomorrow.